Hey there, WEEDU SPEAKS here. Happy Sunday. I decided to make a new WEEDU Speaks today because of some experience I've been having since my last recording, which was yesterday. And I reported in about my hand and my surgery and all of that. And so in the last 24 hours, I've been experiencing what I can only describe as purging poisons. Now, what has happened is that I have been, basically on and off the toilet like probably 60 times in the last 24 hours. It's been not very fun or pretty, and I don't mean to get too graphic, but it has been a process. And, when I went in to my post-op, they went over the kind of the post-op papers, and they said, you may experiencing some constipation, some diarrhea, some nausea, some vomiting, some hot flashes, cold sweats, well, I've had all the above. And so what had happened to me this morning after endless bouts up and down all night long, going and coming and coming and going, is that everything that's going through my body is coming out through my bowels. It's not coming out through my bladder at all. I haven't peed in over 24 hours now. And so what that indicates to me is that my body is purging poisons because it's waste. It's not excess. Anything that goes through the bladder is going through the blood. It's plasma. It goes through the liver and the kidneys and through the blood, and it goes through the bladder. Anything that's waste goes through the intestinals and goes out through the bowels. So it was a very plain to see for me that, I'm just flushing tons of liquid. I don't even know where it's coming from, really, honestly. I jokingly say to myself, I'm going to be laying there and wake up and I'll just be this like skeleton laying on the bed. But I realize that what is really happening is that because I have been doing my urine therapy and been consistent about it, and that I have been very dedicated in my fruitarian diet, and that I've really been conscientious about my health, I went into this operation with a really healthy body. And that I had eaten before. I had fasted the day of, which I was, I was supposed to do, and then I ate after when I got home, and I ate the next day and stuff. So I had continued eating, and I was taking these narcotics, these painkillers, that they prescribed me. And I wasn't really taking them with consciousness. I was just like, oh, help me with the pain. And so I just, every 6 hours, I kept taking them. And so my body, I think, is rebuking all of it. And why it is doing the process it is that is rejecting all of the toxins that I've been putting in my body. It's completely refuting them. And so it's wasting out through my bowels. And it's pretty amazing to me. I actually am like amazed at what's happening. So as soon as I stopped taking the painkillers, which was after 48 hours, and they gave me enough for 10 days, okay? I stopped after 48 hours, and actually I'm not in pain. Now I do have, I'm not going to go play handball or, whack my hand against a whack-a-mole thing, but because I do have tenderness, and there is some sensitive areas in there, obviously, because I had some serious stuff done to my hands. But the overall pain that I was in my mind, what I was taking the pain pills for, that pain is not there anymore, and I don't see any need to take any pain pills at this point. So that was a huge revelation. I had even mentioned to my friend, I told him just kind of what I told you now, and he was like, man, that just makes so much sense. I said, yeah, doesn't it? I said, if it was all good, I'd be peeing. It would be coming out my bladder because that's plasma. That's, that goes through my liver and my kidneys and is run through the filtration system and comes out the bladder. Only waste goes out the bowels. So it's really an amazing turn of events for me. And so I think that when I go in for my next operation, which I will be doing for this hand, I'm going to fast before, during, and after to minimize the amount of information that I'm putting into my body, as well as I do understand through all my reading and studying on these subjects, the fasting is the fastest way to healing, because your body's not doing all this extra work to process the information that you're consuming. So I take that in great knowledge and great faith that that's what's so. And I will have to take the anesthesia because it won't operate without it, obviously. And I will probably take the pain pills again, but this time I'm going to pray on them. I'm going to be way more conscientious about how I'm putting them into my body and the consciousness I'm giving those pain pills, because what I was doing is just, oh, please help me with the pain, and every 6 hours I was taking them again, and da-da-da-da-da. So I think that I will take a notch up and think about what I'm doing. And so I'm a lot more excited about this. This is not fun or pretty. I'm certainly not enjoying this experience, but it is a revelation. It is a grand awakening for me. And that's why I am calling this Purging the Poisons, because it's exactly what my body is doing at this time. It's purging poison. And let this be a lesson to us all about the things we put in our mouths, no matter what it is, whether it's the drugs and the painkillers, pharmaceuticals, the food, the drink, the this and that and the other, all of it. We have to be conscientious of what we're putting in our body and what its value, what its purpose, and what its focus is. Because a lot of times we just put things in our body without paying attention. And that's what we get. We get an unconscious reaction, an unconscious response to what we're doing. So there it is. To me, this is all good news. I brought it with you with good heart and good mind, and I wanted to share this in hope that it might help anybody else in these struggling times that some people face. I'm not struggling against it anymore. I was, but I'm not. Now I really feel free, that I feel I'm moving forth. So with all that being said, I wish you love and blessings, and hope you have a beautiful, wonderful, marvelous day, and that your life is just filled with love and magic. And so peace to you, and may your day be full of blessings. Until the next time, ciao for now.